In the deepest stretch of the Amazon where daylight struggled to slip through the braided canopy, a young wildlife researcher named Arlen stepped off his canoe and felt the quiet press against him. The forest was never silent. Birds shrilled in high crescendos, frogs rattled from hidden puddles, and insects hummed like scattered wires. But something in the air felt different, as if the jungle had paused to watch him arrive. His assignment was simple in theory: document the unusual migration patterns reported by local trackers. But nothing in this ancient place was ever simple. His boots sank into the damp earth as he tightened the straps on his pack. He knew he was alone, at least in the human sense. Eyes watched him from branches, from shadows, from places he would never see. For months he'd studied the rare black-crested jaguars rumored to roam this region, creatures the locals called spirits of dusk. They were larger, darker, more elusive, almost myth. If he found even a trace, it would reshape everything science understood about the species. The air tasted metallic as he moved forward. Distant thunder muttered behind the hills, but the real storm brewed inside the forest. He followed the riverbank for hours until he reached a clearing shaped like a broken circle. Trees around it were scarred, deep claw marks slicing through bark like blades. He knelt, brushing his fingers over the grooves. They weren't old. Something powerful had been here recently. Something the size of the legend he'd come to find. Arlen lifted his camera and snapped a few photos, but the crunch of leaves behind him froze his breath. He turned slowly, expecting maybe a tapir or a wandering deer. Instead, a shadow slipped between the trunks. Silent, fluid, intentional. His heart hammered, and every instinct demanded he move back, but he held still. The shadow paused, then vanished, like the jungle had swallowed it whole. Whatever it wasn't prey. It was observing him. He marked the location and pressed deeper into the forest, tracing faint tracks half hidden under fallen leaves. Rain began to fall, soft at first, then harder, turning the world into shifting veils of silver. The humidity wrapped around him like wet cloth, but he pushed onward, driven by the feeling that he was being led, tested, even. The tracks grew clearer, fresher, as if the creature wanted him to follow. By dusk, he reached an area untouched by human footsteps. Giant roots braided like the ribs of the earth, and massive ferns waved slowly in the thick breeze. The jungle darkened early here, layers of shadow folding into one another. Arlen switched on his headlamp and raised his camera, scanning for movement. That's when he heard it: low, controlled breathing. Not far, not aggressive, simply present. He turned his light, and for a moment he couldn't breathe. A jaguar stood 10 feet away, but not the ordinary kind he had seen before. This one was colossal, its coat a deep obsidian black that swallowed the light rather than reflected it. Its eyes glowed amber, steady and calculating. Rain dripped from its whiskers as it regarded him without fear. Instinct told him to run. Logic told him to freeze. His training told him to breathe. Slowly, he lowered himself to a crouch, making his frame smaller. The jaguar didn't move. It blinked once, almost thoughtfully, and Arlen felt an odd sensation, like recognition. He whispered softly, his voice barely audible under the rain. "You're real." The giant cat Iksha led, then turned away, slipping effortlessly between the vines. Arlen felt the pull to follow again, and he did, carefully, staying several steps behind. The jaguar guided him through a narrow corridor of trees until they reached another clearing. This one untouched, peaceful, almost sacred. Moonlight broke through a circular opening above, illuminating a den surrounded by fresh paw prints. Cubs, 2 of them, peered out, their tiny eyes glowing like warm embers. A family, a lineage thought extinct, a living legend. Arlen felt his throat tighten as he lifted his camera. But just before he could capture the moment, the mother jaguar growled. Not with threat, but with warning. He understood immediately. Some things were not meant for the world yet. Some secrets needed protection. He lowered the camera. The great cat stepped closer, and for a moment, they shared a silent understanding. He would not expose their sanctuary. He would carry the truth, but not the location. He would guard their existence the way the jungle guarded its oldest stories. The jaguar brushed past him, powerful muscles rolling beneath its coat, and disappeared back into the darkness where the cubs retreated. Arlen stood alone in the clearing, rain easing into a soft mist. He felt both small and impossibly honored. As he finally turned back toward the river, he realized something profound had changed. He had come searching for evidence, for data, for scientific validation. But what he found was something far rarer, a reminder that not every discovery belonged to humanity. Some belonged to the wild, to the legends that shaped it, to the creatures that thrived beyond the reach of human noise. The jungle whispered as he walked away, its voice warm, alive, protective, and Arlen knew that the spirits of dusk would remain hidden, because he would guard their story the way they had guarded him.